Alright folks, here it is. This is our subcast, entitled Casting Dread, The Penny Dreadful Show. The 8th episode of the 2nd season of Penny Dreadful is entitled Momento, Mori. It was written by John Logan and directed by Carrie Skoglund. Once again, characters drive the story, but Vanessa does not appear in this episode. Neither does Ethan Chandler. So does the episode hold up? Let's talk about Caliban. He has returned with a vengeance, and Mary Shelley is throbbing through his lines. If you haven't read Mary Shelley, shame on you. This episode is very much about the literary characters. Lily has changed. Lily has learned to lie. Oddly enough, Lily has learned mistruths from Victor himself. Lily has learned to play with the corpse of her victim, literally. Caliban forces the issue of love. Lily remembers her past, all of it. Never again will she kneel to a man. Seems like she owns Caliban, even physically. Then she puts Caliban in her place. She wants to kill Victor with Caliban, together. He calls Caliban love, brother, equal. She wants to rule mankind. Lily has regained all of her memories, and perhaps knows the identity of her murderer. Dorian Gray. Story evolves. Angelique discovers Dorian's painting in his special room. Dorian wonders if Angelique can love him. Of course she can love him. But yet he poisons her because he does not believe it. Dorian revealing his darker nature, duality. But once again, what's the point of Dorian Gray? We've seen his painting and we know his secret. But again, he's just there for romantic fodder. And now, since Angelique is gone, he is further pushing himself away from everyone else. Once again, I don't see the point. Last week was a little bit of a push for Dorian to join the group or rejoin the plot, but again, he's by himself. It is a waste of a character. The Inspector. The Inspector questions and interrogates Sir Malcolm at his own home, questioning him about the death of Mina. And despite all the monsters and the creatures and the supernatural, it's the Inspector that has the upper hand. He knows the lies, the mistruths, and many dirty secrets. He will not rest until he has Ethan Chandler. That story is going to play itself out very interestingly. Sir Malcolm. Sir Malcolm is lamenting on his former cruelty. He's a stranger to himself, and he wants to take the woman who took him down. So he goes and seeks Evelyn out, against the others' wishes, of course. Evelyn offers Malcolm to walk forever with her. Malcolm agrees, as long as Vanessa can live. But of course, Vanessa cannot live, and Sir Malcolm refuses her. She locks Sir Malcolm up in the room with the corpse of her own son. Then as he weeps, his dead children begin to rise. Evelyn is searching for Vanessa, but Lyle knows nothing. Hecate is still pursuing the coup, asks about Ethan, and pushing the point with her mother. However, the big reveal in this episode is the completion of the Verbis Diablo. Many of you are wondering why we call it the Dracula podcast if we're talking about Penny Dreadful. I'm going to read to you the complete version of the Verbis Diablo. In the great war for the heavenly throne, we were vanquished. So God looked down on his defeated angels and found us to be evil angels. So he cast us out. He took us by our winged backs and raised us over his head. Thence did he fling us from his heavenly throne and cast us down to earth and to hell. So we were cleaved apart. 2 brothers cast out to 2 realms, 1 brother on earth, and the other brother to hell, and thus were we set in eternal enmity, my brother on earth to feed on the blood of the living by night, and myself in hell to feed on the souls of the dead, both in an eternal quest for the mother of evil, who will release us from our bondage, and allow one of us to reconquer heaven and topple God from his bloody throne. So will the darkness reign on earth, in heaven, everlasting. And so comes the apocalypse. So we were right, and we were wrong. Dracula and the devil are the same, but with an excellent twist. Since the devil was thrown to earth, he was splintered in two. One is in hell, Satan, and Dracula is on earth. And if you listen to Dracula's speeches in Stoker, it makes quite a bit of sense, given Van Helsing's quotes, which we've stated before, quite amazing. Dracula is the brother of the devil, committed to feed on earth. He is in competition with Lucifer for the mother of evil to topple heaven. In Season 1, we saw Dracula pursuing Vanessa through his vampires. In Season 2, we see Lucifer attempting to get Vanessa through the witches, Evelyn Poole, Hecate, and the rest. So, moving forward, we now know that Dracula is on the show. We now know his presence has been felt. He and the devil, though one and the same, are two different beings. Brothers. So will Season 3 see Dracula? We've got 2 more episodes left, and I have a feeling that a lot of these questions are going to be answered and leaving us hungry for Season 3, which thankfully is coming to Showtime, and Penny Dreadful has been renewed. Again, it tops itself. The Verbus Diablo was amazing. The twist for Dracula not only makes perfect sense, but it makes him a very real threat, equally as threatening as Lucifer. He and Lucifer, being of the same blood, goes directly into Bram Stoker. The word, Dracula, devil, brother of the devil. Interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with the character. It was well directed, well acted. Although Josh Hartnett and Eva Green wasn't there, it is still the best episode yet. It continues to top itself. Brutal, sad, it's well directed, well edited. The performances are amazing, minus the Dorian Gray storyline. It's a fantastic show. It's an almost flawless show. Folks, we've got 2 more left this season, and we've got Count Dracula coming very soon. So stay tuned.